Hey TC3 family. I wanted to come to you with another vlog, our February vlog, and this one is focused on saying I love you in many ways. I'll be honest, I am really tired. It is a little after 11 p.m. on Monday, February 13th, and I am just exhausted from a long day of work and household tasks and mommy duties and wifey duties. And so I'm going to try to keep this one short. And so I want to give you a little bit of background information first to let you know like why I wrote this blog and now why I'm recording this vlog. And so the obvious is Valentine's Day, or Love Day as I like to call it, is tomorrow. But also there is some awareness that I've gained over time related to the ways in which I show people that I love them and how often I say I love you. And so if you read the blog, you'll know the backstory to this. But for the vlog, I'm just going to do it as brief as possible. So about 2.5 years ago, it was my husband's birthday, and we were celebrating by having a couples massage. My aunt was babysitting our son, and she was taking him to her son's high school football game. Well, we met her at the stadium, and because she really needed to get into the game as quickly as possible, and we really needed to make our appointment for our couples massage, we were in a hurry. So we hurriedly put Jay's car seat in the car, got his jacket and a long sleeve shirt because we anticipated that the temperature would drop pretty quickly that evening, made sure he had money. And it wasn't until I left him that I realized I had not spoken the 3 words that mean so much to me. I love you. And it bothered me a great deal. It caused me a great deal of uneasiness. It even caused me to question how consistent I was with telling him I love you. Now, in hindsight, I know that I had likely told him I love him several times that day, earlier in the day. But it bothered me that I had not told him I love you as we departed. It took me a while to realize that I had shown him that I loved him. I had shown him I loved him through making sure that he had his jacket to keep him warm, making sure that he had his car seat to keep him safe, right? You get the idea. I had shown him that I loved him. I was even showing him I love him by going and spending time with my husband and making sure that we, maintain this solid relationship so that we can raise him and model that type of relationship for him because he directly benefits from our healthy marriage. And so it took me a while. It took me a lot of ruminating. It took me a lot of really obsessive kind of thoughts behind this to get to the point where I recognized, no, you're engaging in some really faulty thinking. And so I say all of that to say that it really helped me to gain awareness into not only how often I say I love you and being really genuine when I say it, but also thinking about how often I show people that I love them. And so specifically my husband and my son, because I really was thinking about within our home, how do we show one another that we love one another? And so I thought about my husband. Well, he shows me that he loves me by coming home from a long day of work and jumping right in with tasks when he sees that I'm stressed or I'm, kind of pressed for time, or taking my car and putting gas in it when he hears me say, "Oh, Jay, we're going to have to make sure we get gas in the morning before work and school." Or he knows that I do not like to clean bathrooms, nor do I like to load and unload the dishwasher, nor do I like to fold laundry. And those are tasks I won't say that he rejoices in doing, but he finds them somewhat therapeutic. He's able to listen to his music and relax while he does them. And so he's happy to take over those tasks. And he knows that I don't like doing them. Excuse me. I show him I love him by clipping his toenails. I do not like grown people feet. Okay, I don't care how good they look. I don't like them. But I give him pedicures. I show him I love him by doing his funky laundry with his workout clothes, right? But we show one another that we love one another through our actions, right? I show my son. I mean, I thought about with my son, how often do I show him I love him on a day-to-day basis? Well, without question, I fulfill my mommy duties without really complaining at all. It's just natural for me, and I take pride in being the best mother that I can possibly be. So on a night like tonight, when it's well after 11 p.m. and I'm exhausted because we had to get Valentine's done for all the second graders and his teachers, or when I think about this weekend, neglecting my daunting to-do list because I really wanted to take him to the circus and celebrate Valentine's Day with him on Saturday. Or I think about all the late night, early morning loads of laundry I've done because he had his mind really fixated on wearing a certain shirt to school. But we show people that we love them in many different ways. And so sometimes it's because we're speaking, you may have heard this love language kind of phrase, but it could be because we're speaking our love language to them. And that really just means we're showing them that we love them through ways that really resonate with us, through actions that are familiar to us and pretty easy for us to do and engage in. But also we show people that we love them by engaging in their love language. And that is, speaking the love language that resonates with them, engaging in acts that really speak to them and that are really appreciated by them. But we show people that we love them through our actions all the time. And I really do think that our actions speak volumes to people. And sometimes they speak much louder than those 3 words, I love you. And so, to kind of bring this full circle, I wanted to share this vlog with our TC3 followers, which I am now referring to as our TC3 family, because Valentine's Day is coming up tomorrow. And I believe that it's really important for us to be really intentional about thinking about how we show one another that we love them, how we love one another. Not only thinking about how we show one another that we love one another, but also being mindful of how other people show us that they love us. Okay, so sometimes they're speaking their own love language. And it may not quite resonate with us the way that we wanted to resonate with us, but we got to at least give them credit and honor their love language, right? And we can work on communicating with them what else we need from them or how to best use our love language, right? That is a part of having healthy relationships, is communicating our needs and our wants. But a starting place is to recognize the effort that other people are putting into showing us that they love us using their own love language. And lastly, to think about how do we show ourselves that we love ourselves. And so we had this conversation, right, in our last blog, if you will, when we talked about showing ourselves that unrelentless self-love, that unconditional self-love that is oh so very powerful. And so just as a recap, I want you to try to be more intentional with showing other people that you love them using your actions. Recognizing how other people show you that they love you through their actions. And also thinking about how you show yourself that you love yourself through your actions. Okay? So I want you to have a very happy Valentine's Day, or happy love day, as I like to call it. I want you to love on someone else. I want you to love on yourself. And I want you to let someone else love on you too. Yours candidly, Candice. Take care, TC3 family.